Jason, it's another day. Snake Envy, hatching season. What do we got going on today?
Got some awesome stuff. I'm excited.
If you're excited, I'm excited.
Yeah,
what do we got?
Let's dive right into it. This is a first for me. These are Utah Pyro.
Oh. Wow. Very nice.
Ooh, look how clean this one is.
Wow, look at the bright red on that one coming out of the egg.
This one's coming out too.
That is interesting. You got two of them there side by side.
And there's a head right here too.
Yeah, completely different shades of red.
Yeah,
that's
this
amazing.
one's really dark and this one's really clean.
Yeah.
We'll see how they turn out. Probably tomorrow.
Very, very nice. So, you have successfully bred Pyro before, but they haven't been Utah, correct?
Right, correct. Yep.
They've been Arizona. Okay.
Yep. So
now, they're technically the same thing, Arizona Mountain.
But it's just fun, because
yes.
I legally collected these things 2 years ago. Last year it didn't work out so well, and so
unsuccessful last year. This was a wild caught pair.
Yep.
Perfect.
So yeah.
So I'm very exciting.
These will probably be cap. So
hold these back and build up your pairs. Cool. What else is going on?
Dude, check this out. I got a couple things in here, but these are this is even a hypo. This is even a hypo right here. It doesn't. You might think that was a normal, but I can tell that's a hypo.
And what have we got here?
These are bulls. Yeah, these are both hypos. Chubby little suckers. Look at that.
Look at that belly bulge. Wow. Fresh out of the egg.
And that's why you don't when these shed, you don't need to feed them right away. You can wait a minute, people. They're going to be fine.
Yeah, I love that you mentioned that. You've talked about that before, but there's no rush to feed.
No.
And you see all over social media, people are panicking.
Won't eat the first try.
They won't eat. And it's like, well, look at
yeah.
Look at these bellies. It makes sense.
Yeah.
Let them relax. Let them settle in.
Yep.
They've got plenty of nutrition.
Either albino white-sided or hypo white-sided there. Albino white-sided.
Very cool.
So
that's interesting too, because a lot of people would say, "Oh, that looks like a bad egg," but you've got a healthy snake.
Yep. I've seen stuff hatch out of really bad stuff.
Out of worse.
Yeah, for sure. Don't think anything is hatching out. Oh, corns.
Oh, got corns.
I don't think any. Yes, corn.
Look at that.
Just normals, but they're multi-heads.
Got one looking for freedom.
Now look at this. Compared to the bull snake, there's not a lot there.
Yeah.
These, you do want to get feeding pretty quickly.
Smaller egg, smaller snake.
I mean, these eggs, they're just puny.
Yeah, they're tiny compared to those bull snake eggs.
Now, a corn snake, you're going to want to get going, but generally everything else I hatch has a nice belly bulge.
So that was a surprise? You didn't think those were going yet?
I don't know. Nope. More MBKs. It's an awful clutch.
Yeah, the eggs next to these are clearly bad, but
there could be some good ones in here. Look at that.
Might be a good one at the bottom.
There's a good one here.
Yeah.
Here. There's a few good ones.
Yeah.
So
don't give up on them right away.
Yeah.
And there's no harm having them sit here.
Yeah, people worry about this mold. It usually just runs its course. I don't freak out too much. Nothing in here. Okay, we got some good stuff in here.
I'm ready. Oh!
Great Basin gophers.
I was gonna say, those are not bulls. Great Basin gophers.
These are double het for snow. Albino and Anry. So 100% outcross to unrelated.
Very nice. Any localities on either of the pairing?
It's too hard when you get multimorphs involved. Generally,
that's true. You start
generally is, but you know, some classic
morphs in favor of localities.
like this one. This one's got kind of some grayness to it. Not as big as a belly bulge, but plenty healthy.
Oh yeah, still got one.
So, settle down.
Little feisty.
I don't think this is happening yet. Oh. Don't remember in here. Nothing. And then we got something here, so.
No.
So these are Kankakee. These are Kankakee times red albino.
These are the reds, not the
Fraser
not
line.
The bumblebees.
Fraser line.
And look at that. Some of these you can definitely see the red right out of the gate.
I mean, this guy right here, you can see how dark that is. That's a nice contrast.
Yep.
This is gonna pretty up a little bit. And I can see a little bit of the red influence in this, but then you got that big
bulge again. Look at the reds right here in the middle.
There's going to be a variation, yes.
Yeah. Some of them right out of the egg, you can see that influence. Very cool. All right, we'll check back tomorrow. All right, so were these hatches from yesterday?
These are from like five or 6 days ago. So what we have here, these are black rats, and they haven't shed yet, but we got a leucistic, an albino leucistic.
This is the one you were telling me about.
Yeah,
that albino was a surprise.
And there's an albino right here. This orange guy.
Yes.
And then we got a white side. So it's kind of fun. Triple het.
Wow.
Triple het breeding. And they should vibrate out, but like what? This one looks like it's got a little bit of bug eyes, maybe. Oh crap. Nope. You can get back in there.
Are you talking about the white one with the bug eyes?
I'm trying to see. I'm moving around so much. Oh, it looks fine.
Looks good.
Why is it yellow? White and it's different color than this one.
Yeah, it is.
Because that's an albino. Wonder if that's. It's an albino Lucy. This is Lucy. This could be a white-sided albino Lucy. I don't know. Why is it a different color?
Oh, wow.
Because this is an albino Lucy. That's an albino Lucy, but this one's yellow.
It is. It's a different shade.
Something else is going on. That's why I suspect it might have white side in it too. It might be a triple.
Wow.
Triple Viz.
Very cool. And then, weren't there some Pyros that hatched yesterday?
Yep. Let's check them out. There's one, and they definitely have some egg yolk.
Yeah, they do. Nice little belly bulge.
This one's pretty clean. I mean,
yeah. Now, is that kind of, I've noticed with these Utah pyros, is that kind of unique to them where they tend to be a little blacker on the backside?
it's actually with all pyros.
Are the Arizonas that way as
They
well?
are too. The why you don't see it in captivity as much because they've been line bred forever, like for decades, and so probably 30 plus years, and so
they tend to be cleaner. And these,
because you take
this is from a wild caught
pairing. These are wild caught,
and so you see
wild
more
caught
of
pairing,
that black.
Yeah, and so what I'll do, this one's, look at all those bands.
Man, that one's cleaner than the first two.
It's busy. It's got a lot of bands. So what you do to get better looking ones, you take the cleaner ones and you always breed clean, reduce black to reduce black, and you get better and better, and over a long time you'll get better. So it's a long process.
I think that's kind of cool though, the wild look.
I think it's neat.
Yeah, you have more of that red in the front, then they get a little blacker as you go down.
It doesn't bother me.
Doesn't bother me either. I think it's kind of cool.
So
cool. Yeah. Thanks. What do we have today?
We have a little mixture of stuff. There's a couple pretty neat things that I'm excited about. Nothing too special yet, but let's go through. I think there's a milk snake in here somewhere because it came out of this egg.
Can we find it? Of course, it's going to go under those other eggs, probably.
Oh, it's in here. Gosh. Probably got out. I don't know.
Oh, there it is.
Oreo Pleblin. It's prettier than the ones last year.
So this is the one that was still in the egg the other day.
I love that little snout.
The little black snout was poking out. Oh, he's got a little white on the top that I don't think I noticed the other day. Very pretty.
Well behaved for a Pleblin.
Nice reds too. Very nice. And is that another one trying to come?
Yep, one's coming out.
That one tried to make a run for it. Cool. And then that's your double clutch that we're trying to save by burying those.
Sure don't hurt a little guy. Okay, here we go.
I think it's this one. Ah.
Black rats.
Oh, wow. So in addition to the Lucy, what do we got going on
Got a white
here?
side. There's a white-sided.
There's a white side. Now, what would that be considered? Would that be considered white-sided and leucistic, or just white-sided?
Just white-side. I mean, these Lucies, if they have another morph, it will just be masked. So if this leucistic has white-sided, you won't ever know.
Gotcha.
You just won't be able to see it.
And then we've got normal black rats on top of that. Well, this turned out to be a surprise clutch a little bit.
Yeah, there might be a few more surprises. There might be Rusty in this too. I don't remember.
And would you even be able to identify Rusty right out of the egg?
I don't think so.
I think it'd be a little tough to pick up.
I think you need to wait for a few sheds too.
That's what I would guess.
Yeah. And
I know we have a few that we're going to have to keep an eye on as we open this sucker. They want to make a run for it.
These are supposed to be xanthic calicles. Beauties.
Beauty rat snakes. Look how interesting. All three of them look a little bit different. I got a face there. Yeah, he ducked back under when he saw me.
So I don't see any calico in this, but these look normal.
Maybe it shows up after a shed or two.
It looked like one of them had some orange flecking on the sides, but maybe that comes in. This is new to me, so
Yeah. Asian rat snakes.
I think we got one down here. There it is.
Mexican black.
But there's a bunch.
Only one, but there's a few more trying to come. So maybe tomorrow, the next day. Now, interesting about Mexican blacks. We've talked about this a little bit before, but I don't think a lot of people realize that in the wild, they very frequently have a little bit of pattern.
Well, yeah.
In captive breeding, that pattern's sort of been bred
People,
out. Get
yeah.
clean snakes. Do you have any adults that have that pattern we could show
I do.
people? Let's.
Most Mexican blacks, especially more northern localities, they integrate with the other common kings, and so speckled cal kings or desert kings. So it's very common for them, especially in northern localities, to have some pattern. I have one that kept a lot of pattern, and she's pretty big now. Let's see.
Might be interesting for people to see that, because in the hobby, so many Mexican blacks now
Look at this.
are very, very clean.
I gotta watch out, because she's probably gonna want to eat.
She probably wants to eat.
She's gonna eat me. But
look at that. That's almost like you say. It's almost like a Desert King pattern, but just a little
in the wild,
this is subtler.
In the wild, this is probably typical.
Yeah. Wow, that's really pretty. It's almost gold right there behind her head.
I think it's neat looking. But
it is. But the reason I wanted to show this is that it's just kind of become common in the hobby to kind of breed out that pattern and get cleaner and cleaner snakes.
And it's easy to do. It's really easy to get rid of the pattern, use line braid, a few generations, you got it. And so, these guys, that's probably more normal.
Yeah. So that's what a Mexican Black King would probably typically look like in the wild. So there you go.
I actually had a customer ask for a Mexican Black with a little bit of pattern on my Facebook page. I have one that was just really unique. It had like gold, just like this, but a little bit less, and it was more. It wasn't quite as banded as this, but it was more central. Yeah, she trying to get me. A customer asked for that look specifically. So,
and what percentage of the babies? I mean, with your breeding projects, do you get many babies that still have the pattern?
Yeah, I mean, these ones that I just pulled out yesterday had a little bit on the back side. Maybe we can look at it and see.
Yeah. Yeah, let's do that. Let's see if there's just a little on that.
These guys, this is why I'm not the hugest fan of these. They just want to eat everything.
Yeah, particularly in a breeding environment where you're not handling them a lot.
So this one I pulled out yesterday. And if you look closely, there's pattern in there. That's very normal.
There is just a little.
And there's, look at that on the belly.
Yeah, interesting.
Especially up here. That's very normal.
Yeah.
That will go away though. That will.
Yeah.
That little bit will. That little bit will disappear.
It's very normal, but you go to a reptile show and that's not typically what you're going to find.
Well,
you're going to find pure jet black NBKs.
It's funny. Yeah.
So I think it's interesting just to show people, hey, this is what they really look like.
And it's funny, people like, if it has one speck of white on it, I don't want it. And I'm like, I don't know what to tell you. Maybe go buy someone else. I don't know.
Yeah.
Because I can't guarantee that.
Yeah. And with line breeding, I mean, theoretically, some snakes with pattern probably a little healthier in the long run, too, if they haven't been line bred to death. So,
yep.
Cool. What do we got going on today, Jason?
We've got a lot of new stuff coming out. Some Great Basin gophers. Super exciting corns. A little bit of everything. We got some rats and stuff.
It's been a lot. It's been a lot of rat snakes up until now. So it's good that we're mixing in some pits. Let's see what we got. Yep. Pits and kings. Don't we have some kings?
Yeah, we do have some kings. I don't think anything else. Anything. Oh, that black rat.
One black rat.
The last one.
Final one to go.
Let's come back to this. I want to show you what hatched out and the rest of it because we weren't. We'll come back to that as well. Nothing here. Nothing here.
And for people wondering, there we go.
A lone survivor. That's only one out of the clutch.
The only good egg. So albino what?
Bull snake.
Albino bull. Beautiful.
Look at all this lavender back here.
Look at that big belly bulge too.
Got some weird little barrencies going on.
And how will these colors shake out as it gets older?
This will turn yellow with orange blotching. Well, this down here will stay lavender or white, actually white. So
interesting. So one good egg.
One good egg, and that was an albino.
And for people wondering too, we kind of go through each of these tubs. Sometimes you kind of know what's happening, sometimes you don't. But we're in that phase now where anything could start going at any day right now.
Yeah.
So
and stuff has.
And so that's why we're kind of going through every tub.
Yep. And I can't remember.
Oh, got some pippin.
So these are Great Basin gophers. And they're just going to be normals. They're normals, but they are double het for albino and Anri. Yep, some normal. You can kind of tear these eggs a little bit, but without harming them.
And where are these from? Are these the ones from Central Utah?
This is a mix. It's got a mix of stuff. They are from
not locality then.
Just northern, bred to a snow, and so all it does is create double heads, which it's great. It's 100% outcrossed to brand new blood, super strong, healthy babies. So
good deal.
Love that. I don't remember. Oh,
there's some big ones.
All right, we got a lemon rat, but look at that, hypo patternless.
And I'm assuming these are bulls.
These are bulls.
These are big
These are
babies.
albinos. These might be albinos. I will have to check. As you know, that albinos cannot visually. There's no way to visually tell an albino from a albino, in my opinion. A lot of people claim, but I personally, I don't think so.
Then we got one little lemon rat down there among the giants.
Yep, the last one.
That's the last lemon as well.
Yep.
Huh? And we got one just poking his nose out.
This one looks a little different. It's definitely a hypo, patternless. But that color is a little different.
Yeah. Interesting, little bit of head pattern there too. You got the little of that striping under the jaw there.
This one is more typical of a Trumbauer patternless hypo. Kind of that gold.
Yeah. Interesting to see how that turns out. I still love, I know it's a silly thing, but I still love seeing those belly bulges because as a hobbyist, you know, by the time you're buying a snake, those are long gone. And so it's very cool to see those belly bulges as they come right out of the egg.
I don't think there's anything. Well, corns.
Well, got some corns trying.
They look like all normals.
Very cool. Those will hatch soon. Later today or tomorrow.
Well, we got one more thing of bowls coming out. And these, so this, what I did, and it's going to be like a project to hold back. A red albino times Kankakee, and I just expect them to look fairly normal. It's got a little peach color to it. It's pretty neat.
Yeah, it does. Has a little hue there.
Why we did this project is we want to see how the dark influences will affect the albinos, which we kind of know that it should make, depending on the red, but they should have nice white blotching, as white and lavender blotching as babies when we breed these back.
Correct. Yeah, I was going to say when you breed them back. But right now, what do you anticipate? Now, Kankakees are typically black with shades of gold and yellow, some browns. When you mix that with red, what are you thinking?
It's going to dilute the red, but when you breed back, that you'll get some variety. You'll get some reds and some yellows and some tones, but we're hoping to get this dark. We want this dark. We want a dark looking snake is what we're looking for.
You want the blacks to really shine.
This one's really brown, but we'll see how the rest come out.
So
regardless, it's an outcross.
Yeah, and so in theory, when you're mixing red and kank, you could end up with some kind of normal looking kanks, and you could end up with some reds instead of yellows, or you could end up with some mixed clutches.
Some shades, a variety of shades of
interesting
oranges and yellows probably, but
yeah, yellow and red. You might get some orange. Interesting.
And I expect some of these babies to look very Kankakee-ish.
Yeah,
if that's a word.
Yes, it's a word now.
It is now. Yeah, that's what we're kind of going for.
Very cool. We've got about 2 more there trying to get out. I always wonder when one.
It's easier to cut them when they're just flat like this.
When one is pipping like that, or a couple are pipping, I always wonder, do they look around and see their sibling or a sibling or two out and say, what's going on? I got to get over there. Or does it make them nervous, I wonder?
So when a snake comes out of an egg and it starts crawling around, I feel like it stimulates these other eggs to start hatching.
That's what I would assume. But maybe they're a little nervous too by the other one moving. Who knows?
This one's really done a nice job with its egg tooth.
I just find it interesting that they don't always, hurry out.
Yeah. So we got a little... And you want to get stuff. You want to bite, huh?
Yes, he does. It's going to hiss and show off for us.
See, now, that's the idea of
It's a little confident grab action there. You get him
That's
up,
what it
and then
is.
he's like, "Hey, I'm all right. Everything." Now he's gonna start up again. We jinxed it.
No, but like, see, he's not gonna be. But when you're sitting there poking at it, popping in like this, that's when that happens. But then you just go like this, and you don't let him get in that defensive posture,
Yep.
and it breaks him. And those little bites don't even do anything; they don't break the skin.
Nah.
So let them bite you.
That's why I'm a
Let 'em bite
fan
you.
of. That's why I'm a fan of get it out of the way when they're young.
See,
Yeah.
doesn't even break the skin. So.
Very cool. The pits are finally coming.
Yep, finally getting some pit action. So
What's next? Let's see what else we got in the hopper. Ooh,
Olay,
Olay. That may be a hint. What do we got going on?
got some MBK.
Nice. We only had what, one or two a couple days ago.
See a little bit of pattern on that
Yeah.
edge of that belly. Very normal.
When I hear
Sorry.
Oreo, I assume you're aiming for black and white.
Yeah.
That's very cool though, with kind of the, the reduced red, but it's still there. I think you were telling me on these guys once before, when you acquired these adults, you're not quite sure how far into the Oreo project
Right.
they were.
Yeah, I don't know how long this has been established, and I just kind of stumbled into this one, but
So no way to guess how long before you kind of get rid of the red.
they've been
altogether.
around for a while. I mean, I don't know that particular bloodline, but
Probably a couple more years to further reduce the red.
yeah.
And then you had an update on some others that did hatch. They've shed.
Let's take a look at some of these red milks that shed out and show you these vibrant colors that these guys have got. I mean, wow, that thing pops.
Yes, it does. It's interesting with red, species to species, because sometimes when we say red, we kind of mean orange. Other times we mean very deep reds. This is more of a bright red. Candy apple red.
This is why these are one of my favorite milks. The amount of red and the brightness of red.
Big, thick saddles.
They're small snakes. Let's see. Let's look at. And then here's a different one. Now this one isn't as vibrant and reduced, but look at these weird. I call these windows, where these little white blotching is coming into the saddles, and.
So on the sides you have the white window, and he's got one right there on his back as well.
Yeah, he's showing a lot. This one is. There's a couple others that do too.
Interesting. He's got that one right behind his head as well. And now his black outlining those red saddles is a little thicker,
Yeah.
a little more pronounced. They vary that way too. Those are beautiful. Yeah, but such a unique shade of red. Cool. We'll keep getting updates as we go. Sometimes we don't see them actually coming out on film, and other times they're much more impressive after that shed. Thanks.
Yep. Thank you.